Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Scenes, where we peel back the curtain to find out how Vidyard customers are using video and Vidyard to accelerate their business and make more human connections. I'm Rebecca, content strategist at Vidyard, and your host for the day. Today, I'm joined by Dean Lindsay, who is a customer marketing manager at 8x8. They're a provider of voice and video chat, among other services. And I'm really excited to talk to Dean today because I don't think we've ever had a customer marketer on the show before. So I'm really interested to learn how video plays into all that, into building customer relationships and helping customers get the most out of the 8x8 product. So let's bring Dean in now to tell us all about it. Welcome, Dean.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, so good to see you. I love your background mural. It's very, cityscape.
Thank you.
So thanks again. Why don't we just start by, do you want to tell everyone a little bit more about 8x8 and what your customers love about you?
Yeah, sure. So we're a unified communications and contact center provider, enabling customers and companies to work from home on one single platform. So we have customers globally. We're a US company, but I'm based here in the UK. And I guess the last 18 months or so have been challenging. We've been able to support businesses through that time.
Really relevant, really important right now. I'm sure business is booming for you. So as a customer marketer, tell me about that. What are your main challenges on the day-to-day?
So our main challenges are engaging with customers, giving them the relevant content in terms of what they need to adopt our product more, what they need to be able to ensure that they're teaching their employees to use it correctly, as well as that, showing them other products that we have available. So whether that be video, our integration with MS Teams, our contact center offering, our unified communications offering, to make sure we're supporting their businesses as best we possibly can.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So how are you using video and Vidyard, specifically in your role with customers?
So we're using video to, I guess, bring our customers to life. One way that we're really trying to bring a human side to our communications is rather than just having the sort of two-page customer story, for instance, for a customer case study, we're really trying to bring that to life with videos as well. So as well as having sort of your 2-minute videos, we're working on quotes as well for little 20-second, 30-second snippets, as well as using videos to also bring our product to life. So showing what customers can do, showing new sort of product updates that we have, just to show them exactly what we're doing. So yeah, they're engaging with it really, really well.
Cool. So lots of different ways. I wonder, let's talk about the customer stories a little bit first. What does a customer story on video look like, or how does that process work in comparison with maybe a traditional customer story that would be written or something like that?
So the way we've been going about it is using our platform to actually record and video those stories at this moment in time. So during the last 18 months, it's obviously been extremely challenging to get to site to be able to record it live. So we've been using our platform in almost an interview type way for customers to then explain what their challenges were, how we've provided a solution, and what the outcomes from that solution are in a 2 to 2.5 minute video, where we're, I guess, going through all of those things, explaining the company, the background of the company, that's those challenges faced, the solution, and what those outcomes were as well.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of going through all the similar topics that you would in any customer story, recording it using 8x8, using your product, and then would you then upload that to Vidyard and be able to disperse it that way? Is that how it works?
That's correct. So the way we're using it now is we would create those videos, put them onto Vidyard, and then I guess use different URLs to see how those videos are performing. So for instance, customer newsletter is one channel, as well as when we share it internally, that would be another channel. And then as well as other outputs, so an email campaign, that would be another one as well. So we can see exactly the views and how that video is being interacted with as well. So yeah, it's been really, really useful.
Okay, that's awesome. And so how are they performing? Are people watching these videos? Do you find like people do you think people enjoy watching the videos more than maybe reading, or like what do you find the performance to be?
I think so. I think videos performing better than PDFs. What's really helpful as well is we're able to see how those videos are performing a little bit more than PDFs. Although you can house the PDFs on different platforms to see when it's been opened, readership is challenging to find. So the video has been really, really helpful, and I guess it's brought it to life a little bit more and been really helpful.
Right, right. I guess, yeah, video, when you can track who's watching your videos versus, okay, you know, someone downloaded a PDF, but are they reading it? You're not sure, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. Awesome. So, and then let's talk about some other ways that you're using video. So I think you mentioned like updates and things like that. Can you speak to that and how video might be helpful versus another form of communication?
Yes, so for product updates, we're now sort of doing quarterly, seasonal sort of updates to our customer base and to the wider sort of, I guess, SaaS community to show what updates we've done, what we've added to our product. And we're finding, 30-second to 45-second videos to show that in a real sort of succinct and precise way has been really, really helpful to show customers how to bring it to life, rather than previously it could be an email with a few bullet points. So it's been really, really good, and customers have received it really, really well.
Right. Okay, cool. And do you, I mean, I relate to this because with our product, it's like one thing to explain how it works, and then it's another thing to actually show. So are you using a lot of screen grabs, or what did those videos look like?
So we've got a really good in-house production team. Joanna Cyrus, who's my colleague who leads that team, I guess their content has sort of accelerated, as I said, where we're looking to do videos in a lot of ways. And they would sort of produce and cut those together, making sure it's on brand, etc., bringing it to life, some good music. And yeah, I think it's been, those short, snappy videos have been really, I guess, engaging for our customers.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's video is always eye-catching, I guess. Well, hopefully you try to make it eye-catching.
Yeah.
So what kinds of videos are your customers enjoying the most, would you say? Or like what types of videos do they enjoy consuming the most?
I would say short and snappy. I wouldn't say more than 2 minutes. So a customer story, I think 2 minutes is about the sort of the sweet spot, as it were. It goes through the solution, goes through the challenges faced, and I guess goes through those outcomes really, really well. For the product videos, we're sort of finding 20 seconds to 30 seconds are really, really good. Customers want to get those headline sort of updates to entice them into, seeing a webinar that may be 30 minutes more, where you get more into the detail. But we're using it almost as I guess for want of a better term, a teaser trailer to entice customers to other content or to our website, for instance.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Because I mean, I've had this conversation a lot, but video is, one tool in your toolbox. So do you find that is true for you? Like you use video to lead to maybe having a meeting or following up to a meeting or something like that? Like, yeah, how does that fit into your whole process?
Precisely. Yeah. It's kind of one of the important channels. It's really helpful with ABM campaigns as well, when we're sort of trying to warm up customers and give them the information they're wanting to see. And yeah, so I guess it's one of a multifaceted plan to get customers our content, and also potentially to entice prospects as well.
Okay, awesome. So you mentioned that you have an in-house video production team. Are they the only ones making video, or are other members of your team recording video as well? Or how do you do it at 8x8?
I guess that's the main team in terms of, video in a little bit more detail that handle, our videos across the business. We also have kind of ad hoc videos, I would probably phrase them as, where we sort of have subtitles and wording, and it's kind of putting together, moving images rather than an actual sort of very well polished and completed published video. Those are also really, really helpful. Again, it's just to, I guess, give someone headline figures on content that we're producing to entice them to another piece of content. So one could be a video, the next could be a PDF, the next could be an ebook, so on and so forth.
Right. That's great. Yeah, you need all of it kind of across the spectrum to keep people engaged. Yeah, exactly, that's great. Cool. And so are you using the video analytics to guide? Like, I know you said, that shorter videos are performing better. So is that because you've been watching the analytics, or how do you kind of monitor that?
Yeah, I guess it's been test and learn. So yeah, analytics have been really helpful in terms of that. And I think that's where we found sort of, you don't want to be going much above 2 minutes. Although for a customer story, it can be a little bit longer, because you want to ensure you're getting that really good content, that really good voice of customer, and those really good, I guess, human elements and moments across in video, which seem to transition well and received well to our customers.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like how you say the human moment. Obviously, we focus a lot on that at Vidyard, but also within this show specifically. But I think, how you were saying, like, you have the different types of videos. Some of them are maybe highly polished and produced. Some of them are a little bit, more like we're doing here, like with webcam or whatever. But that's definitely a huge thing on our front, is just making sure that it's more about the content and about the human aspect. And it doesn't have to be about the big production. Although I think now that in a lot of places in the world, things are opening up a little more. I know some companies will be returning to some more polished videos. Do you have any thoughts on that? Like, do you see yourself going back to doing more polished, or a mix?
I think a mix, but yeah, I think we definitely would like to get on site for some of our customers. I think it brings to life that little bit more when you're at site. You can see the contact center team. You can see how that contact center team's interacting with unified communications team. You can see how they're supporting their businesses or citizens, depending on what type of organization they are. So I think, we're excited to be able to go back when we can go back, with, some plans to do that before the end of this year to a couple of our customers, for, getting a video team out there and creating a polished video.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think you're not alone in that desire to kind of get back a little bit more to that, at least. So how do you scale the video creation then? Like, are you finding that you have a demand to make more videos, or what's your take on that?
I guess there's a demand for it. As I said, it's gained in popularity. And particularly when those videos as well, we can use them on our social media. We now have an employee platform whereby, some of these posts can be put up there so we can distribute them as a whole. So that kind of accelerates the sort of the readership of it as well. So that's another really good and powerful tool. But yeah, it's been received really, really well.
That's great. Do you have on the other end, do you have any challenges that you're facing right now when it comes to video, either your strategy or actual production? Any challenges that you're looking to improve the way you use video?
Yeah, I guess in terms of what we're producing, so I guess we're working out how we can maybe use video for other things where historically we've kind of kept it at text only. So that's, I guess, another sort of challenge for us to see. Again, it'll be test and learn to see how we can get, prospects to possibly engage with video more, following our customer content. So yeah, I guess that's one of the challenges we face. Another challenge we're facing as well, I guess, is the demand has sort of, I guess, accelerated a little bit quicker than maybe the resource we have. So that's something else we need to consider as well. So I guess it's a good problem to have. But yeah, there's the demand is growing. That's for sure.
Right. Okay. So it's another scaling question, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have any advice for teams that are looking to get started with video, or like someone in your position who might be just trying to ramp up using video for the customer marketing case?
I would say make a start. I would say, that's the first thing. Dive in, be experimental with it. From my perspective, I think what it's really enabled us to do is to bring a human side to those customer stories. And another thing that's really helped us is that when we produce videos, although it's always well taken when you show a statistic, if you show a statistic with a video that supports that statistic, that's something that we found is starting to gain momentum. So advice would be make a start, test and learn, like I guess everything in marketing. And I'd also say, try and keep them short and snappy. So for anything like a product update, 30 seconds. For a customer story, around about 2 minutes.
Right. Okay. That's great. Yeah. That test and learn. Yeah. That's something I'm super interested in as well. And I know you kind of talked about the analytics and testing, but is there any other ways that you test what your customers want to see? Like, do you do SEO research, or where are you coming from when it comes to content creation?
I guess it's sort of engaging with customers. So with the sort of platforms and assets we have, whether it be the customer newsletter or customer advisory board, or I guess our soon to be launched customer community, things like that are avenues where we can engage and ask our customers and present information to, I guess, get their candid and immediate feedback. So that's how we've been doing it. Engage with our customers, whether it be a survey or via one of our channels that we already communicate with them.
Just actually having the conversations, finding out, and then communicating that information to your production team or your content team, I guess.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Do you do a lot of like pre-planned, like just speaking of, you're intaking this demand, is there a large turnaround, like in terms of like say you need a video made, how much lead time do you give yourself, or is it fairly fluid? How does that work?
I'd say it's fairly fluid. I guess the production team are making an awful lot of videos, at a great rate. So I'd say it's more fluid as to how and when we're sort of creating these videos. I guess the first thing when it comes to customer stories is obviously getting the customer's buy-in and then getting time with the customer. So it can be reliant on that. Everyone's extremely busy, so it's about getting in those diaries. I guess once we set that time up and got that content from them, we're able to sort of turn it around relatively very quickly.
Right. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's hard. I know, like, it's great if you can work that way. I know there's also some other companies that have maybe been used to a more rigid process of like, getting approvals and like getting I guess has to do with the old school way of doing more polished, like highly produced videos. But yeah, it's great to hear that companies are getting more fluid at creating them and getting them up. And again, I guess it just ties back to the content, and the human connection is more important probably than. Yeah.
Precisely.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for joining me. You seem very, like, you present yourself very well on camera. I have to ask, do you get nervous?
Very.
Really?
Yes. So thank you for that. Yeah, I do, and I guess I'm relatively new to sort of appearing on camera, but yeah, I'd like to think I'm getting better, so maybe I am.
I think every time it gets a little bit easier, but I know I still get nervous myself. Do you do anything to pump yourself up or get ready to go on camera? Does anything help?
I think I've just learned just to sort of relax more. If it's a topic that you're passionate about and you're knowledgeable about, it should come across. Yeah, but I'd say relax.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's something I've learned too, even just from doing these. I think, every time it gets a little easier. At first, I was very much wanting to stick to this, my questions, and it makes for a much better experience if you relax and kind of just be in the moment. So
yeah, agreed.
Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you again so much, Dean. It's been great talking to you and learning from you. If anyone watching has any further questions, is there anywhere that you'd like them to get in touch, or anything that you'd like to plug while you're on the show?
Yeah, so if you want to get in touch, find me on LinkedIn. It's Dean Lindsay. If you want to find out more about our products, please find us at 8byte.com. how we can assist and support your company and for you with your unified communication and contact center needs.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And thank you to everyone watching. That's our show for today.
Thanks.